Hi everyone, let's talk about wire strippers. So, a while ago, around 30 years ago probably, I used to just cut the wires with any of the, pliers that I have on hand. And I was just doing something like, even if they were these ones, well, I was just doing this and just pull it, right? Was trying like this. Was kind of the old school doing this, but yeah, that was just for when I was doing one cable, or nothing no really something I was doing for job, just as a handyman. But I was kind of doing any plier that I have on hand. It could be this one, or could be any, right? I was just doing this and then just pull it like this and done. Or even a knife, whatever I have on hand. Or if the cable was not even too hard, even with my just fingers and doing this, boom, and peel it, right? Until, I found out that there was tools for do that, which was this other kind, right? Which, well, this one is just, I don't have that ones anymore, but was, I guess, the most common one that has more options here, more holes. But yeah, I was then started to use this other kind, the one something similar to these ones, which is kind of the same principle that I was doing just manually like this, but I was just having the risk of, if I was applying too much pressure, I was sometimes just cutting the cable, right? Because you have to have some technique to do it with this kind, right, in order to don't unscrew it. But yeah, it was really not. Then they came out with this kind when I was just doing, well, you have to choose the proper hole, otherwise you end up doing the same result as these ones. But I don't know, sometimes it's very hard, especially this one has, for example, only 3 options here. And some other times it was kind of very hard, especially when you're starting to lose the view. When you see less your glasses or whatever, it was kind of hard to see which hole do I need to be here. And also you still have to do some pressure, or either like this or with your finger, right? I don't know. I mean, it's okay to do a few, but when you're starting to do I don't know, a lot of them, was kind of not very really convenient. So, well, anyway, then I found out that there were some this automatic, which was making my life more easier after that. I didn't know, for example, this type. I always knew this kind. This kind was, when I met these guys, I never came back from these other ones. I was just using this. Actually, this is the ones I've been using for the last 25 years, and they're still working fine. But I've noticed that now there is some improvements in the new ones. This brand Haisstronica sent me these ones to take a look on it, and yeah, I guess I have seen there is some improvements, because for example my old ones, this part of the cutting part, they are already not really cutting too much, because they are already, well, they look the sharp, and because it's part of the handle, I don't know, I can, it's having been hard to sharpen it, this one. And I noticed that, for example, this kind you can take out with this screw, and you can sharpen it separately, which I guess was a very good thing, right? So, and in the automatic part, I also see these ones, which is, I didn't know this type neither. This is kind of something that I saw interesting, so okay, let's try. But I see some things that I don't like from this, because there are different brands for each of the options, right? But the principle, I guess the three principles I have seen is or either like this, like in this part as automatic, or this one, right? Which I guess is the most common one, and the words really works better for me, because for example this other type I have the problem like when you try, for example, to see the cable here. Look, that's what happened, exactly what you see, guys. When I put it here, I lose the dip of where I'm putting, because I don't see that part, right? Then you need to put it like this to see where that you put it. But when you do this, you sometimes also lose where are you, what? Here, or I mean, this kind of something, and then you need to put in the proper angle to see exactly what are you doing here, and then to do the move, right? So that's something that like guys kind of annoying me, to don't see what I'm doing when I have this angle, or to don't know where is the cable here. So I need to exactly put this. The other thing is the cutting here. I don't, it's very, also not really convenient to cut it. Like for example, now I screw everything here because I didn't see where I was cutting. Yeah, that's something like, yeah, I didn't like this type because of that. I mean, you don't see where you're cutting here, you lost view, like that you see. I was trying to cut before the, in the isolation part, and I just didn't see. And that's exactly what is happening with this kind. It's very hard to operate from here, and also operate from here where are you putting the cable, right? That is a very, yeah, plus when I put it in my back, in my pouch or in my tool bag, also they don't close ever, right? I don't know, the angle doesn't fit really well in everywhere when I'm trying to put it, so I have to do something like this. But I end up, I don't know, I was expecting more for this kind, but honestly I didn't like that you don't have good view. And this one, as I said, problem is the number of holes that you have limited, and yeah, and you still need to do some pressure here, and you end up also yeah, tired of this. But this type, these kinds, they are really very, you don't need to think too much, you just put it like this, boom, done. It's a very very good. I like these types, and you have view every time, wherever, done, right? Every single time is just, you don't need to think too much, you just do it. Very natural, and doesn't matter which size also, you don't need to choose in which hole, you just put it here, boom, done. Very very convenient. The biggest cables, the small cables, doesn't matter, because also regulates the high, right, automatically with the, when you put it in this part, you know, this thing knows. For example, this is a small cable, yeah, same thing, done. And there is small cables inside too. So let me see if I use this. I can put it even deeper than, look, it's very very easy. Now I do the small ones, yeah, doesn't matter, just boom, done. I like really these types, they are awesome to do this job. Definitely, yeah, I prefer this type over all these other types. This principle of doing is good. And this particular Haisstronica, they are actually not bad. I like how it feels, and look how I can do it, no problem. With my old ones I cannot do that because they are already I don't know if it's for the age or just because. But yeah, these improvements are also, I noticed also this other part that you can regulate how much this grabs. You just regulate here, which is also a good thing that I didn't have before. Yeah, but definitely I cannot do this with this one. It's kind of more harder, but this one is really very easy, and the handle feels better. Yeah, it was not bad. I really, well, I don't know. For me, really works these types, and this is not bad. Yeah, but this now this one also has two crimper here. I never use this one either. This part only, yeah. But you don't have too much force. You need to be careful when you use these ones. But besides this, what they sent me also the crimpers, which I was very pleased to know that there is this type of things. These ones. Yeah, which also this is a better way to crimp the terminals in a cable. That are a more professional way, and they also feels good. These ones, these types use the same principle as these ones as well, right? Something like I guess with the more pressure than the one you can just do with your bare hands. You make something like this. So this push, I guess they use the same principle because it feels similar. Yeah, when you crimp here the connectors, and also you can adjust here how much you crimp if you feel. But this one you don't really need to do too much effort for crimping. While I was doing it before with these ones, right, I have to really like a press, and sometimes the press is not consistent. With these ones, I guess it's very more consistent. Actually, I guess I have connectors. Let me try to show you guys. Yeah, I have this terminal, for example. Let's put it in this cable. Yeah, very easy, done. Let's put it here. Yeah, I didn't really feel too much that I have to do too much force. Yeah, it's good. And then you have your connector done. Yeah, I guess this is a very good way. And look, didn't damage neither the terminal, right? I guess it's good. Yeah, I really like this set. Not bad. Okay guys, well, just was a short video just to talk about a little bit of wire strippers. Hopefully that helps, and well, let me know guys, what do you... I know I have seen too many using this type, but I don't know, I don't know, I like just to make it easier, boom, down, right? I really like these types, these kinds. So yeah, but well, you guys let me know. Thanks for watching, and see you next time. Bye.